Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Iceworks here in Syosset, New York. Warm-ups are underway early on here in the season. It's the home opener for the Farmingdale State College Rams, the new members of the ACHA M3 Conference, along with the Rowan University Profs, who will look to pick up their first victory on the season against a Farmingdale team that started off 3-0 thus far up in the tournament that they had last week. And it started on September 19th. They picked up a 5-2 win against Niagara. Next day, 5-1 over Kutztown. And then the following day, 5-1 victors over this Rowan team. So they've seen each other already. And the Rams, keeping their pattern going of 5 goals in the game so far, will look to pick up another victory here today against the Profs, who have had some turnover themselves. Of course, we look back, these two teams didn't face each other in nationals, but we were able to go up and see these two teams in action there last year. Farmingdale had a decent showing. They ended up in Group C, where they won 6-3 over Wake Forest. 2 goals and 1 assist from Noah Lavoie. He's returning this season. They beat Lynn University 3-1. Then came a tougher battle. They fell 6-1 to FAU, but that was enough to make the quarterfinal round before they fell 5-1 against none other than FAU. Luke Lafada scoring the lone goal in that one and carrying this team. Not that they don't have talent in the skater positions of forward and defense, because they do, but Luke Richardson was a stalwart between the pipes last season. He is no longer here, so they'll be turning to a couple of new faces this season. Meanwhile, for the Profs, they were 1-2 in group play in nationals. They defeated Alvernia, but fell 4-0 to Liberty, 5-1 to St. John Fisher, the eventual runner-up. So they are looking for a much better season this year. Take a quick time out for the national anthem and be back for Puck Drop here momentarily on the LI Sports Network. And welcome back to Iceworks here. Following the national anthem, we are set to go between the Rams and the Profs. Brady Campbell here with you in Syosset, joined alongside Wally Mitchell on the camera. Gabe Takuri will keep you updated on our socials throughout the night for both us here and the Suffolk County High School Hockey League at the rinks in Hauppauge. Be sure to tune in and keep an eye on that as well. Follow us at LI Sports Network. Look at the starting goalies here. First for the Profs, it will be number 34, Steven Zwolak from Greenbrook, New Jersey. As the Profs try to get in the win column here in the early going. On the other side, number 37, Luke Pavone from Smithtown, New York. A local Long Islander, as are many of the Rams here tonight. So the puck is down and we are underway. The Profs win the opening faceoff, and getting things started with a dump in is Patrick Condello. Sticks it behind Pavone, and Joseph Paratori of the Rams gets to it. And the quick outlet, here's Luke Ferrazzi. Stretches it on for Joseph Castellano, number 88. He's being checked by Aiden Plank. Moved over now, a shot left pad save by Zwolak. Profs find the loose change on the far side. Get the red line, put it in deep. Pavone will stop it. Take away. Condello had it knocked off his stick and back out to center, where Sebastian Hammerjack left it at the red line. Ian Riberich couldn't get to it. Back come the Profs. Stump in. LJ Lena gets to it. Goes D to D. And that puck ends up in the Rams bench. And out of play. .18:58 remaining here in the first period of play. Draw will be to the right of Pavone. To the corner it goes. Rams home opener here at Iceworks. Already 3 wins in the book. As Lavoie stretches it down the ice. This won't be icing. And check to the boards is Logan Camilleri. Kept it moving. Had some help, but it was forced into the Rowan bench this time by Michael Henry. Faceoff will stay in their zone. To the left of Zwolak. One back, and firing that one wide is Christy Andrea. He's back for another season here with the Rams. Number 78, White, definitely a player to keep an eye on. Here's another Lavoie backhand try in tight. Couldn't get a clean shot on goal. Zwolak made the stop. Profs back on the puck. And here's Henry back in offensively. Dropped it off. Chance from the outside, centering pass, and they wouldn't go. Blocked in front. I believe it was Lena just getting to his feet. Or at least 1 foot. I believe he lost a skate blade there as the puck comes to the slot, where the shot is gloved and held by Pavone. We'll get another look at this. Last chance here for the Profs. Probably should be a 1-0 game. Wide open net here for Nathan Clack. Well, he passes it off, I should say, to Aaron McGarvey, who had the wide open net. Goal saving play early on. Shot right off the face-off, redirected. And the left pad stop. Back out to center it comes, and Michael DeSaro will put it in deep. Peter Herring, the defenseman from Chalfont, Pennsylvania. Stuck behind the cage, gave it away, centering pass in front, and Kevin Manzi had his stick checked as he tried to let the shot go. Big check from DeSaro. He lost his stick in the process as he hit Zane Saunders. The centering pass doesn't end up on goal. Now stretch pass hit that loose stick of DeSaro. And Donnie Pace stays with it. Wadika over the line, stumbling down as he took the hip check. Couldn't get a good shot away. Meanwhile, the Profs clear it down the ice. It will slow up, no icing. Rams take the puck back here and skated ahead by DeSaro, hit the linesman. But the Rams stay on side. Can't quite handle the puck here for possession, however, and the Profs bring it back out to center. Fired right back in. It's a line with some of the newcomers for the Rams this season. Number 15, Jake Paul. No, not that Jake Paul, but he gets it and sticks it into the corner where he'll hunt after it. Dominic Sousa beats him there and gets it back out to center. This will go all the way down and will be an icing against Rowan. Jack and Sana also out there, along with Jackson Tom Ford. They go off, though, for a change. Back out comes the Malin-Drukalo, Ferrazzi, Castellano line, the vet line. Malin-Drukalo, the defenseman at left defense. Bouncing puck, handled and kept in by Mark Delavecchia. Collision in the corner. Riberich was involved for Farmingdale. Castellano sidesteps one checker. That was Edward Britton the fourth. He's able to recover and clear, and the Profs will make almost a wholesale change. 4 players went off. Castellano redirects it in, takes a hit. Logan Donnelly sticks it back out for Rowan, and back in comes Plank. He was checked. Puck stayed in. Backhand pass to the near side. Hammerjack takes a bump. Centering pass pops out to the low slot. Picked up by the Rams. Miscommunication, though, on that pass. It's taken right back and stuck in deep by Donnelly. Stretch pass here. There was a good look by Castellano. He couldn't get it ahead, though, to Ferrazzi up ice. Castellano has it now, gives it to Riberich. Nice inside-out move, at least he tried it. Puglia, though, took it away. And now Christinine. Take away Lavoie, lost an edge. He's able to put it into the corner. With 14 and a half minutes remaining here in the scoreless first period thus far, Aiden Plank makes a move, drops it off, drives towards the goal. The pass went through him and all the way to the near side corner. And the Rams will clear. Right back in, though, by McGarvey as his team makes some changes defensively. Rams come back out, bouncing puck at the Islander logo at center ice and stuck in deep once again by McGarvey. DeSaro gets to it. Goes ahead DeAndrea. He takes the hit, lets the puck go by. Lavoie chops at it. It ends up in the bench. Otherwise, it could have been an on-man rush there for the Rams. Faceoff will be just outside their zone here with 13:50 left in period number 1. And Lawrence Lena, who blocked that shot, kind of hobbled to the bench. Doesn't appear to really be in a whole lot of pain. Not sure if there's an equipment issue or he's shaken up, but we'll keep an eye on that as he goes to the locker room for the Rams. Puck ends up on goal. It'll be covered by Pavone. And we'll do it again, this time in the Rams zone. They win the defensive zone draw. Cleared ahead. Pace was almost gone there, but a great play by Herring, keeping the puck in front of him. Paratore ahead for Pace. Stretch pass. Here come the Rams. Wadika shot blocked. Now Manzi drops it off, driving back towards the cage. A nice give and go look. Pass got by him, though. It looks like Manzi's playing forward tonight. Spent almost all of last season on defense. Well, number 22 in white playing up here against the Profs. 7 minutes gone. Lawrence Lena out of the locker room waiting for a stoppage of play. It looks like he'll be rejoining after the next whistle. Shot goes high off the stick of Arango. Battle near side half wall, 2-on-2. Swung out towards the front. Taken away by the Rams. Now play to the corner. Centering pass. Manzi kept it from Arango, and it gets skied back out to center. No icing. Rams wholesale change. Stuck back in on goals. Wolak will play it to the far half wall. Couple players meet in the corner. Stuck behind the cage. Pops out Malin. Drukalo, a shot. Blocker save. Wolak looked like he may have had a little bit of trouble picking that one up, but made the stop. Put it up into the netting. First Rams chance in the last couple minutes here. The Profs doing a good job offensively so far. That is the best defense. Rams win the faceoff a bit too cleanly and back out to center. Delavecchia wins the race to it. And the Rams able to get it deep. Oh, look out here! And somehow it stays out. A giveaway from Zwolak. The centering pass hit him. Went through the crease, did not go in. The Profs get away with that one there, and they come back in offensively. A shot towards the goal ends up wide. Get another look at that when we can. Paul tries to play it in deep. His team was changing, though, and it's taken back by Hammerjack. This is Lena back out there. Sticks it ahead for Razi. He's going to skate into it. Has a man driving towards the goal. Takes the shot that glanced off the post. Caught the outside of the post, and back in come Rowan University. That centering pass. Shot never made it through. Rams clear it down, and it will be icing. We'll get a look at those last two chances for Farmingdale. Came oh so close to grabbing that ever so important first goal here as we're almost to the halfway point of the period. That's just a giveaway. I'm not sure if you ever saw Jack and Sonic coming, but he got away with that one there, and then the chance off the post coming from Farazi. We'll show that to you in just a minute here as back in comes Riberich off the defensive zone face-off. Centering pass picked off. Profs trying to clear, and they will. Farmingdale sends it all the way down. Getting to it, Jacob Christian. Hop the stick of Britton. Leaves it for Christian again, who takes a bump. And he and Britton playing catch behind the net. High off the glass and out. Love down by Lena of the Rams. Took a bump, made the play. DeAndrea brings it in to the slot. LaFada took a check. Couldn't get the shot through. And then he got toppled at the half wall, and the Profs able to clear. They scramble for a change. Lavoie skates it right back in for Farmingdale. Cuts towards the slot, got a shot away. Stick save. Profs will clear. This will be an icing. Now, while we have a moment, we'll get a look at that last chance for Farazi off the post. On the 2-on-1 chance, that was Paul with him. .9:46 left in the period. Rams with a chance down low, and that shot went just high. Lavoie, meanwhile, takes a shot from the circle. It was blocked by Britton. Two-on-two battle in the corner. And we got our game's first penalty. I believe it's going to be a slash. Perhaps a trip. No, a slash coming against Rowan. First power play of the game to Farmingdale. I believe it's Britton. See, slash a stick right across the shin of Noah Lavoie, and he'll go to the box. It is Britton. 9.5 left, period number 1, scoreless game. The first power play opportunity coming up. The father will take the draw for the Rams, and he wins it back to the point. Paratori to Ferrazzi, goes down low with it. Saucer pass back out to him at the left half wall. Returns it to the corner. DeAndrea to Ferrazzi, now left point. Center point. Paratori down. Lavoie has some trouble with it. Has to move it quickly. It comes all the way through. Luke Ferrazzi trying to pick the corner. Misses. Paratori couldn't hold it in. Aggressive penalty killing here from Tony Brandel. 89 on 89 there, but now Ferrazzi finds some open ice and he'll skate it in. Takes it to the corner, now swoops all the way around, centers it. Check back out, Paratori now down to Ferrazzi at the half wall, throws one towards the goal. I believe that hit somebody in front. Lavoie gets to it in the far circle, tries to sweep it to LaFada, parked in the bumper spot, couldn't. Forechecking though by Lavoie, holds it in, goes up top Ferrazzi, pass down low to the slot, pops back out to the point. Paratori down, angled wide. DeAndrea gets to it, centers in front, and it's just chopped wide. Good power play for the Rams here. Not a whole lot towards the net, but a couple dangerous chances. A lot of zone time. Ferrazzi down low. Lavoie fakes, centers it. Paratori took a bump, lost the handle, and it's cleared down the ice by the Profs. We will try to make a wholesale change here. Looks like there's a piece of loose equipment in the Ram zone as they dump it in. Just 13 left on the penalty. Takeaway by Plank, tries to get it out. It's taken right back by Farmingdale and put in deep. Sousa gets to it, gave it away behind the goal. Centering pass hit the outside of the goal. And the Rams lost a stick. That's Wadika. Pace, the new captain this season, number 86, Donnie Pace. Sticks it to the far half wall and chipped back out to center. Pace did have 2 goals in the 3-1 victory over Lynn University back at last year's national tournament for Farmingdale. Look out, the linesman taken out unintentionally there by Manzi as it gets cleared back out. Pace ahead, Manzi pokes it ahead. Wadika stays with it, finds it in his skate, centers it. Manzi couldn't angle it on goal. Taken back by Rowan. Time here, stretch pass, good outlet. And from the red line, put in by Christopher Deneen. Deneen, an alternate captain this season for Rowan. Here's Manzi. Gets the red, puts it in. And wholesale change for Farmingdale. Allows the Profs to look for an outlet. And they'll get it to Deneen. Plays it ahead for Henry. Fanned on the shot attempt from the circle. Stays with it though, working 1-on-2, and eventually the Rams wrestle it away. Paul couldn't clear. Shot from the outside, stick save by Pavone. Giveaway, shot from the circle, and Pavone will stick that one into the netting. Just 5.5 left here in the first. We're still looking for the game's first goal. Both teams have had their chances, especially Farmingdale as of late. Aided by a power play, but they created a lot of looks offensively. The Profs haven't done a whole lot the last few minutes. So they came very close a couple of times in the early going of this game. Tom Ford moves that one around the boards. Big hit delivered right near the Rams bench. Puck stays in. No, it does not. Close play at the line. Unable to hold it was McGarvey. Linesman right there to make the call. Rams won the faceoff for a moment, but didn't quite have all their players off the ice just yet, as they made a change before the faceoff. So we'll do it again. Although it'll be Castellano stepping in for Ferrazzi, who sent out of the dot. One forward. Shot by Henry, didn't make it through. McGarvey had his stick lifted. Puck gets by Herring and back out. Now Riberich lost it. Ferrazzi from the circle tried to center and it came back to him. Behind the goal, he moved it out towards the point. Switches with Lena. Ferrazzi high shot, blocker save. Not sure if that's a scouting report on Zwolak, but there's been some shots from this near side going high blocker. He stopped them all thus far. From beyond the red, Ferrazzi puts it in. He'll go off for a change. Castellano lost his footing into the boards. Pops out. Riberich down low. Save made Zwolak. Rebound back to number 81 in white. His pass, though, goes all the way back down to Pavone, who had a little bit of trouble with it and moved it out of harm's way just in the nick of time as Saunders was applying the pressure. Sanders. Puck goes down the ice. This will be an icing. With just under 4 minutes left here in the first. Rams making a last-minute change here. Riberich goes to the bench. Rams team that has 17 Long Islanders on it this season. No real surprise. Brought back in here. Glove save Pavone. He'll get the whistle. Meanwhile, on the other side, most of the props are, of course, from New Jersey. An exception being Britton from Staten Island. Tony Brandle's from Farmingdale himself. Farmingdale, New Jersey, that is. His line out there right now is tied up in the Farmingdale zone. Now one free, a shot glove save. Pavone took it away from Sanders, who had a good look from the circle. Goalies look locked in here early on. Face off to the left of him once again. It's one back by the Profs. To the point it goes. Donnelly had it blocked by Lavoie out high and back out to Rowan Ice. Take away LaFada. Big check delivered, but the puck finds LaFada again. He fanned on the shot, was still able to get it to the crease where it's covered. So the Rams will have to settle for the offensive zone faceoff once again. Rams looked like they were about to win the faceoff, but now it's chipped ahead and could be a chance here for the Profs. 2-on-1 down low. Centering pass makes it through. Aggressively, Pavone out. Not sure if he got a piece. Well, Farmingdale survives that rush. Going the other way. Plank using the speed there to get to the puck down low. This one goes all the way down the ice. Icing here against Rowan. So it got past Jaden Grillo. Who's going to grab that important first goal? Will it come in the first period, especially here late? Take some momentum into the locker room. Lavoie trying to weave his way through. Plank took it away. Got it back out to center. Played outside here. Rams touch up. DeAndrea couldn't slice it around Candelo. But DeAndrea stays with it. Gets to it behind the goal. Centers it in front and a big save. Rebound. Lavoie. No, it does not go. Puts his arms to his head. I thought he was about to celebrate. Hard to tell where the puck was. It stays out. Great chance there. DeAndrea, what a shift for him in the offensive zone. Sets up Lavoie point blank. Good aggressive save, though. Out to the top of his crease was Zolak. Malandrukalo fights through a check. On to Manzi. Turns at the blue line, and that appeared to throw the play outside. It won't matter as pace circles back. Takes a bump. Manzi gets to it. Drops it off. Malandrukalo pinches to hold it in. Sticks it behind the net. Moved by Hammerjack. Tried to stretch it ahead for a potential breakaway. It was played by a high stick, and we get the whistle. High stick of the Rams. It will come back down towards their end of the ice. There's McGarvey, who was behind the defense there for a moment. They couldn't get it to him. Rams win the D-zone draw. Around far side, gets past Joseph Castellano. Off the glass. Malandrukalo, though, will follow it up. Put it deep. Liberich gets checked by Sousa. Props will clear down the ice. No icing, deflected in the neutral zone. Pavone will leave it for Michael Malandrukalo. Skies it off the boards. Taken away at the blue line. Delayed offside. Nope. Close play. Henry with the patience there, but lost the puck as we hit 1 minute left here in the first period. Riberich puts it behind the net, giving to it Sousa. Gave it away. Riberich back behind the goal. Castellano trying to hunt it down. To the point it comes. Centering pass off a skate. Pops to the near side. Could be numbers for the props. Nope, instead, it is a penalty. And it's high sticking against Sebastian Hammerjack. So with 40.7 left in the first period, the Rams go back to the man advantage. Had a good first power play, but of course they are 0 for 1. See if they could get it done this time. Puck bouncing around. Castellano shot blocked. Still kicking through the slide. A save in tight from Zolak. Didn't see who got the shot away. May have been Ferrazzi. Castellano holds it in. 15 left in the period. Lena puts it behind the goal. Riberich does battle with Christian. Christian just trying to keep it there. Do the Rams have time for one more shot? Swung towards the front. Poke checked away and then back out to center. And that'll do it for the first period. Be a minute 20 of power play time for Farmingdale to start period number 2. An eventful first. The only thing we were missing was a goal for either side. It is scoreless after 1 period of play. We'll take a brief intermission. Not as brief as the Suffolk League. It will be a little longer than 1 minute, but we will be back momentarily for the second period. Props nothing, Rams nothing. You're tuned in to collegiate hockey, ACHA hockey, here on the LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the LI Sports Network's coverage of the Farmingdale State College Rams against the Rowan University Profs. Start of the second period, scoreless after one, not for a lack of chances. The Rams will have 1:20 left of power play hockey to start the middle frame. Brady Campbell with you alongside Wally Mitchell on camera. Gabe Takuri running our socials here tonight as well. As we get set for the middle frame, both these teams have had plenty of chances so far, especially the Rams. It feels like they've been unable to break through just yet. See if they can here in a second before the period starts. While we have a quick moment, want to remind you to tune in to our new podcast featuring Travis Quigley and Paul Trentini, our very own. Episode 2 came out earlier today. Edited by our very own Wally Mitchell right now on camera as well. As they dive into local hockey, the special guest this week, Rams fans may be familiar with him as well, the Farmingdale State College M2 captain, Joe LaChase. That can be found on our YouTube as the puck is down on period number 2. The Rams restarting their own end, and now Luke Ferrazzi brings it in on the power play, which has just under a minute remaining. They're 0 for 1 so far. Had a lot of zone time in their first one, couldn't convert. Paratore up top. Down for Lavoie in the circle. Skate to stick. High shot. Perhaps getting a piece with the shoulder was Zolak. Down low, DeAndrea tried to center for LaFada, could not. And just out of the reach of Paratore and back out. He has to hustle to beat Plank to the puck, and he will. Now LaFada. Stretch pass. Now a saucer. Paratore settles. Feeds it across. I think he was trying to go across. So LaFada stopped it, or at least tried to, in the slot. And that allowed for the Profs to get to it and clear. Dying seconds here of the power play. And the Profs kill off another. We're back to 5 aside. A lot of zone time once again for the Rams. Could not convert, though. So we're still scoreless here early in the second. This will be blown dead for a hand pass against Rowan. The faceoff will stay in their end. So again, these two teams met just a few days ago, back on last Sunday. It's a 5-1 win for Farmingdale. They have outchanced Rowan. Neither team, though, can score on their chances so far. The goaltending has been pretty exceptional. Of course, we were unsure with Farmingdale, with Luke Richardson no longer being here, But stepping up in a big way here tonight, Luke Pavone's looked great on the other side as well. Steven Zwolak stopped a couple chances in close. Also early on in that first period, Lawrence Elena saved a goal. Sliding down on the cross-crease pass. This is icing against Farmingdale. .17:51 to go, second period of play. Rams win the defensive zone face-off. Errant pass just clears the zone. Lena over skates. Then gave it away. Could be a breakaway chance here for the Profs. And it doesn't go. Pavone with the left pad. Denying Tony Brandel. Back in Wanaka. Stick save. I think that caught the shaft of the stick of Zwolak. So now back-to-back chances for both teams. Wanaka gets in the corner. 1-on-3 takes a check. He's separated from the puck. And to help, though, a pass down low, slowed up, and chopped. Look out into the netting. If the netting was not there, we may have had a souvenir up here. The faceoff, though, will stay in the Profs' end. Puck pops up top. Paratori shot blocked. Put down to the corner. Getting to it is Herring. Herring to the near side. Nate King gets to it. Paratori couldn't hold it in. Popped off Sanders' stick. And could be a 2-on-1 here for the Rams. They'll settle for the dump in, does Paul. Paratori swings it towards the front off the outside of the goal. Looked like Swolak should have went down to the butterfly. He didn't. That shot was more than netted. It may have snuck by him. Paratori shoots it down low for Ozzy. Floats it on goal. Another stop. Dangerously in front of his own net now is King. But he picks up speed through the neutral zone. King takes it around the cage. Wrap try as he was 1-on-5 basically and never made it through to the goal. Hammerjack sticks it in deep. Paratori gets to it. Goes around the boards. Hammerjack sidesteps. Tries to get a shot through it. Misses and goes all the way around. Held in for the moment. Now a pass out. Could be a look here for the Rams. Could it be a breakaway? Shot blocker save. That was Luke Ferrazzi with the chance. Just caught up to it in time at just enough speed. Now potentially Plank moving in. Plank couldn't get a shot away. He fanned on it. Up and down we go, and Malindrukalo will clear the head. Pass Ferrazzi, and it will not be an icing. This will be against Rowan. A look at some of those last few breakaways. This one was from the very beginning of the period. Randall with the opportunity. Paratori with the stop. This one pops out towards the slot. Backhanded on goal. Gloved and held. Puck down again. Controlled by the Profs. It's number 28, Hammerjack. Pops out to the slot. DeAndrea takes the shot block. Comes back to him. Glove save. Block from Sousa. As we look at that last breakaway attempt for Ferrazzi of the Rams. Both these teams, especially the Rams here, wondering what they got to do to break through. Lavoie tried to center, could not. Out to the point it comes. Malindrukalo steps in. High shot, stick, save. Swolak. Profs will make a change. Rams will make a couple as well. .14.5 left here in the period. Face-off won by the Rams. Lena. Turnaround shot block. DeAndrea quickly back on goal. Left pad stop. Lafada tried to center. DeAndrea didn't get it through. Lena holds it in for a moment at least. Then it's cleared back out to center. Stuck back in by the Rams. Delayed offside. Lafada had to touch up. Give some time for the Profs here to regroup. Turnover though. DeAndrea lost it. Lafada gets to it at the half wall. Sweeps it behind the net. All the way around, Lena waiting for it. Look out, though, a takeaway. Potential 2-on-1 here for the Profs. This is McGarvey. Good defense and recovery, and all he could do is try to center it. Comes all the way out to the point. Henry. Check to the board, stumbles down to the ice, taken back by the Rams. Out to the point, held in for a moment, now swept out. DeAndrea tried to strip Puglia of the puck. Back in, meanwhile, shooting it high over the glass was Henry. Manzi's behind the defense. Lavoie, though, will bring it ahead 3-on-3. Drops it behind Manzi. And it comes back out. McGarvey, 1-on-1. Penalty behind the play, though, I believe. As there was a collision. And it is against Rowan once again. No, is it? It's too many men to call there? Against Farmingdale, perhaps. And that does appear to be the call. It will be DeSaro to the box. I believe I saw the call. Too many men. Either way. Seeing the moment here, and the Profs will be on the power play for their first opportunity tonight. Still in the scoreless hockey game. See if they can break through. They win the face-off. Pass down low. Aiden Plank fakes. Cross-ice feed. Goes to Condello. Condello turns. Being watched by Pace. Takes it down towards the goal line. Flips it out towards the front. Settle down out to the point. Christian. Down low. Plank sweeps it in front. Only stick there was a Ram one. But Rowan recovers. 35 seconds gone in the penalty. Pass down low. Back up Condello. Returns it down low. Malandrukalo with the check. He's able to clear it, at least attempt to, around the boards. And Brandel took it away. He goes up top to Condello. Pass down low. A shot attempt blocked by Manzi. Christian tried to let it go. Down the defenseman in deep. Plays it to Plank. Plank centers it, and recovering Paratore. Condello, though, keeps it alive. 50 left in the penalty. Rams will get to it and clear. A lot of zone time there for the Profs. Not much going towards the goal. And Henry brings it back up ice. Michael Henry drops it off just onside. Condello holds the line, centers it towards the front, picked off and backhanded out to neutral ice by Joseph Paratore. Just 20 seconds left on the too many men call. Final 10 here, no icing, but it's banged towards the blue line. Glove down by Henry with 5 left in the penalty. Centering pass goes through the nobody. Look out here. Could be a breakaway. DeSaro gets to it. He's cut down in a big way, though. Puck will slide on goal. Where it's covered, and then look out here behind the play after the whistle. Some more rough stuff. DeSaro just didn't quite get enough speed under him as he got out of the box. And he paid for it. Had a teammate joining him, but couldn't get a pass there. After the whistle, I believe Rowan wants a penalty here. I don't believe they're going to get one. So we're back to 5 aside. The Rams do kill off the penalty. Look to go back to work here in the O-zone. Lena centers it. Shot towards the net off a stick and wide from Ferrazzi. Castellano gets to it. Couldn't get through. And checked his Clack as he gets it to the blue line. Not out, puck in the air. Available. Ferrazzi able to hold it in. Hit the skate of his teammate Ribrich, who puts it deeper. Castellano. Looking for help now, digs it free. Looks the stick goes down to the ice, chipped out, and winning that race was Grillo to keep a potential 2-on-1 from happening for Rowan, and then it was chopped up into the Rowan bench. Well, we are approaching the halfway point here of period 2 in the game, and plenty of action. No goals just yet. A matchup that played right into Farmingdale's hands last week, 5 days ago. And they come back in onside. Overskated, however, by Insana. Cross ice and big collision there as Paul ends up on top of one of the props. Looks like that's Sousa. Now right as they get back to their feet, the puck comes their way. Back to the point. Shot off a body and just wide. Out, went back the other way against Wolak. Had no chance. Missed the net though. Swinging at it, unable to knock it out is Deneen, and the Rams hold the zone again. Overskating Insana, back to the point. Held, shot wide, looking for a deflection was Della Vecchia. Insana gets to it once more, plays it behind. Getting on it, Tom Ford tried to center, no one home in the white jersey. And skating it back out is Plank. Plank will win the race to it in the corner as well. Dropped it off, centering pass, kept out of harm's way by Della Vecchia. Back in Paul, 1-on-4, able to get a shot away, but not quite on goal. Turnover in the slot. Lafada tried to turn it on net. Didn't get much on it. Look out, stretch pass. Looking for a potential break for Deneen. He was bottled up. Profs trying to complete a change as the Rams pick up the puck through neutral ice. DeAndrea to the circle, takes the shot and scores! We have a goal, Chris DeAndrea. And the Rams lead 1-0. 2-on-2 rush up the ice, not much developing. That's Jake Paul that will get the assist. DeAndrea just takes the shot. Perhaps use the defender as a bit of a screen. Goes high, blocker. And the Rams strike first. And lead it 1-0. With 8.5 left here in the second period. DeAndrea had himself a phenomenal season last year, picks up where he left off. Rams trying to add on. Lavoie gets to it, spins, trying to center, could not. Now just trying to move it in general. Eventually it comes around to the near side. Taken back out to center by the Profs. Shot on goal, or towards the goal, blocked. Centering pass, bouncing around, it doesn't go. Profs come back the other way, trying to tie it. And Luke Pavone with the save, get another look, it pops out to the far side, and he stretches all the way across to get that one. Flipped out to center. And we would like to congratulate Tyler Wadika as well, who has the puck, centers it as they're looking for another shot swallowed up by Swolak on the chance from Manzi. Wadika, earlier the Rams social media team questioned their players as to who would score the first goal of their home opener. Tyler Wadika was the only player, I believe, to answer Chris DeAndrea. And he was correct. So the Rams lead 1-0. And the Profs get the response. Almost had a chance there. Instead, a chance for the Rams. Kick save. Diving shot attempt from Wadika. Right pad save. Now the Profs might have a look going the other way. Potential break coming in from the wing. Shot, score! Boy, not leaning for long, the Rams were just like that. Back level. Nathan Clack buries it on the odd man rush. The assist will go to Michael Henry. Looks like potential 2-on-1. Wasn't developing fast enough. Moves it to Clack. Partial breakaway there down the wing. And boy, he buried that top shelf. High blocker. 7:14 left in the second. And just like that, we are even again. Rams trying to respond. Ferrazzi gets to it. Liberich tries to center, gets blocked. Another centering try, doesn't make it through. Around to the near side, checked is Henry, pops out towards the crease. Swung towards the front. Comes to the high center point where it's skated out by McGarvey. Gets turned right back around. Ferrazzi tried to split the defense, could not. Numbers for the Rams down low. Centering pass, score! The Rams regain the lead. Suddenly, the floodgates have opened here in Syosset. This will be in Riberich, driving towards the front. He was being checked, still got the shot away. Just under the bar. And the Rams, just like that, go back in front. Now we have to catch our breath here. 3 goals in a matter of minutes between the two teams. What do we have for an encore? We'll slide in on goal where it will be covered by Pavone. Profs win the ensuing face-off. 6 minutes left here in the second period. Game that was scoreless up until just under halfway through the period. This one slides in on goal where it's covered by Zwolak. Before Chris DeAndrea finally broke the scoreless tie. Quick response from Nathan Clack to tie things up, and then right back the other way. Farmingdale came. Ian Riberich puts them back ahead 2-1. A matchup that wasn't all that close last time out. A 5-1 win for the Rams last Sunday. Much tighter here. Malandrukalo from his own end has some time, banks it ahead for LaFada. LaFada sidesteps a couple checkers, brings it in, tries to drop it to Lavoie. Good back check there by Rowan. However, it stays in. Now taken back and skated ahead by Britton. Backhands it to center, chipped right back in. Right around the boards, Britton gets to it, leaves it for Putz. Putz kept it moving for Brandel. Brandel over the line. Lost it to Paratore. Moves it to LaFada. Now DeAndrea. Backhand pass goes all the way through. Put in deep by Farmingdale. Under 5 minutes left in the period. Banked down the ice. Britton off a stick, goes all the way down. Props in the change though. And that allows the Rams to take possession right back. Pass deflects ahead, where it's picked up by Deneen. Deneen goes hard around with it, held in for a moment there by the Rams. Comes back out to center now. Turned back around into the attacking zone. Pace, cross ice pass, shot, score! First multi-goal lead of the game belongs to Farmingdale, as they lead it 3-1. Pace just brings it in. 2-on-2, really 2-on-3. I believe that's Wadika across the ice who had to settle it and still snuck it short side. Pass Swolak. Rams now lead it 3-1. A tale of two halves of this hockey game, if you will. Obviously, still a whole period and a couple minutes left here in the second. Delay penalty here against Farmingdale. Gives the Props a chance to get back in this game as we get the touch. Ref takes a slip after the whistle behind the net. He's okay. 4:02 left in the period. And the goal scorer, Wanaka's going off for interference. So he'll sit for two. Crucial kill here for Farmingdale. So they've now opened up a 2-goal lead. Don't want to let the momentum slip away. Late in the period as well. Face-off win by Rowan. Move quickly towards the bumper. Chipped wide by Deneen. Under 4 minutes left. Swung towards the front, deflected down, not out, held in, and now cleared back out to center. Giving it a run was Riberich, couldn't get to it. Delayed offside against Rowan, and it's hammered deeper. Riberich going to work here shorthanded. Takes the puck away for a moment at least. Stays with it, bouncing towards the crease. 1-on-4, what an effort. But eventually he will lose the handle. And starting back in with it is Aiden Plank. Goes cross ice, taken away, back out to center. That was nearly a break for Farmingdale's Castellano. Halfway through the power play, not much here for Rowan thus far. Here's Plank. Goes up top, shot doesn't make it through. Cleared down the ice once more. Farmingdale will try to sneak a couple changes in for their forwards, and they will. 45 left in the period. Back in Plank, trying to pull the trigger. Farmingdale all over him, though, as they collapse nicely, and it's cleared back out. Hammerjack behind his own goal. 25 left on the penalty. Donnelly gave it away. Pace looking for some help. Nice move. Manzi driving towards the goal. Pace couldn't get it there. Manzi now into help. He's checked hard into the glass. That'll just about do it, though, for this penalty. 2 seconds and 1. We're back to 5 aside. Massive kill for the Rams. Keeps it a 3-1 lead. Just under 2 minutes left here in the second. Stretch pass, finds Lavoie, 2-on-2 over the line. Lavoie drops it, DeAndrea, fakes, DeAndrea, down low, takes it behind, swings it out in front into the skates of Lafana. He's trying to find it, and finding it and diving on it instead was Steven Zwolak. So the face-off here will be to the right of Zwolak. After that opportunity. Behind it goes, up top, Lena. Shot deflected. No one covering DeAndrea. Got a stick on it, saves Zwolak. Skated ahead by Kevin Arango. Chipped right back out. DeAndrea couldn't poke it ahead for Luke Lafada. And it angles back in on goal where it's covered. And the faceoff will be in the Farmingdale end with 1:08 left on the clock. Big final minute here. See if either team can really snatch momentum here heading into the locker room. Props going into the third down, 2, not terrible, but they'd love to make it more manageable heading into the period as we hit 1 minute to go. Off a stanchion and chip back out to center. Meanwhile, the Rams could really get a big goal here. The takeaway, 2-on-1 deflected into the netting. Slamming his stick on the boards there, Riberich. Knew he had a chance for a second right there, and the big goal for the Rams heading into the locker room. Could not convert. Puck is down, face off. Paratori gets to it, sticks it in the far corner. Riberich checks Sousa. Sousa pops up back to his feet. Just tries to pin it to the boards here. Castellano, though, takes it away towards the front, deflecting a couple times. Riberich unable to reach it as sprawling out was Zwolak and never made it through to the goal. Paratori shoots, caught the crossbar. And all the way up into the ceiling and out of play. Farmingdale with a flurry here right at the end. Close to sucking the life here out of the Profs late in the second. That close to a 3-goal lead. Wallach off the draw, fires wide. 15 left in the period. Profs back in with 10. That's offside. So we'll do it again once more right here, right outside the Farmingdale zone. Condelli will take the draw for Rowan. Tied up in neutral ice. Farmingdale will just take it to the horn. The first half of that period, we saw 0 goals. It was still scoreless, and then the floodgates opened just a bit. Teams trading goals. Farmingdale, though, with the 2-goal lead after 2. They lead it 3-1. The goals for the Rams were DeAndrea, Riberich, and Wanaka. Between that first and second, between that second and third. No, between the first and second. Trying to catch up on all the goals here. Between the first and second Rams goal to tie it momentarily was a goal from Nathan Clack for Rowan. But it is a 3-1 lead for Farmingdale as we head to the third. We'll take a timeout here for intermission. Be back for period number 3. You're tuned in to ACHA M3 Hockey here on LI Sports Network.
it would be more like panicky. But yeah, there were a few of those where he'd be like calling, he'd screaming like Kevin's name from the living room, or like from the kitchen. Kevin! Kevin! You know what's happening? It's just like a single kid.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. That would be awesome if we had an office. I don't know how bad that would be to rent out somewhere, like have like the computer set up, everything. You have an office and you have more like games coming in, you get so much content. It's like travel like video training. That big for the just the clip, like one of those extras like you like is actually really I was
What's the name of it again? It's like hockey or rinsing. No. I forgot. I knew it was like hockey or rinse or something, and something. But I started saying it before the play, like, be sure to tune into our new podcast, and then in my mind, I don't know the name. So I like didn't even like go there. I was just like, which is important. But I was like, oh, like, be on the lookout on their YouTube. So I'll say it again with the name, but I was just like,
I was so scared because I wrote it on paper. I completely forgot to tell both of you guys. I should have told you to do the podcast. I wrote it on a piece of paper, handed it to Brandon, and I'm like, oh, dude, he's gonna say rinse and reel, dude. It's such a good. He's gonna say it the wrong way. I don't think he did. I didn't actually rewatch all of it.
tune into Rinks and Reels. Reality. My apologies. Rinks and Reality. Every Friday, new episode.
Let's go. I think I put it in one of the last night test so you can find it. He said, about a goalie, like,
It's on last night test.
about like a goalie making a save. I think it was, I don't know. Like, I think,
There was one the other night where he was talking about his dog. It was like last week. Was this like, you remember like last week?
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember just like when he recorded, when like I heard it live, and I just started dying. He's like,
It might have been on camera when I was talking.
he ate that up like how I ate up my sandwich from Wendy's.
The other one was, I was on like color and board. It was like the first week, and I was like, yeah, and you would take like a greasy bowl to beat so-and-so, and he's like, yeah, just like the grease scraping off the bottom of the bag at McDonald's that you get at 12 p.m. It's like specific with the time, and I was just like, dude, what are you doing?
He just posted it. He said that they right in front of a magnet, so I'm like, that's why I was like dying too.
The fucking magnets are really good. But like he told, there was one down in Florida, he called the Midtown Tunnel, the Midway Tunnel. It's like, ooh, a Midway New York City tunnel of traffic and fun. That was the same game, that one game, that was the same game as the penalty on Sacred Heart. That, the tunnel, the one where the puck like passed right by me, he's like, oh, puck is by me, hello, puck. And then we were in the one corner of the rink, and he's like, I did see the play, the referees could not be in a worse position to block my view. That's better, and then like a minute later, he's like, oh, they're doing it again. some like adventure. He had like a wedding last week. I feel like every night too is like a ball. Like he learned me out. Was either at the LIS or after LIU homecoming, which were pretty late, and he like posts like on his Snap story, so that's like go to bed.
Welcome back to Iceworks here in Syosset, New York. It's the final period on the way. The Farmingdale State College Rams lead the Rowan University Profs 3-1 after 2 periods of play on the LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell with you alongside Wally Mitchell on camera. Gabe Takuri running our social media. As we want to remind you before the period starts, our new podcast, Rinks and Realities, hosted by our very own Travis Quigley. You'll probably recognize his voice. And the handiwork of Paul Trentini. Episode 2 just came out today with Farmingdale State College M2 captain Joe LaChase. Be sure to check that out on our YouTube with a new episode coming next Friday. So this game was scoreless after 1. It was scoreless till a little past the halfway point of the second when Christy Andrea got the scoring started for the Rams. And suddenly it was a goals galore show between the two teams as the Rams bring it back in to start the third. The centering pass doesn't make it through. It's covered by the goaltender of Rowan. That's number 34. And it is still Steven Zwolak, who has had himself a pretty solid night between the pipes. But DeAndrea got the scoring started. About a minute later, Nathan Clack tied it. And several minutes later, Ian Riberich gave the Rams the lead, and then Tyler Wadika tacked on an insurance goal. That's where we are right now. See if the Profs have a comeback in them. These two teams met last Sunday. It was a 5-1 win for Farmingdale. Joseph Paratore gets to it. Chips it out to center. Ferrazzi plays it ahead. Castellano has a beat on it. Gets to it ahead of Puglia. Goes to Ferrazzi. Centers it off the outside of the net. At least tried to center it. Ferrazzi holds the line. Castellano tries to beat Puglia to it. Could not, but stayed with it. Kept it in. Down low, centering pass. Riberich has had plenty of opportunities. That one wouldn't just stay on his stick there. Centering pass. Pinballs around. Hops the stick of Ian Riberich. And then shot from the blue line on goal. Steered aside by Luke Pavone, who's gotten the start tonight. Number 37 for the Rams, and he has looked solid. DeAndrea steers it in deep. Played behind the cage, getting to it. Sebastian Hammerjack of the Profs. Steered back in by Lawrence Lena. Up the boards it comes. Rams hold the line. Centering pass goes all the way through. Lena fanned on the shot towards the net. Goes behind. Centering pass to DeAndrea. No one home for the Rams. Stretch pass ahead. Here comes Plank. Plank got checked as he went to let the shot go by Lena, and it ended up wide. LaFada steers it out to center. Sousa gets on it. Goes cross ice, deflected. DeAndrea will play the man and leave it for Grillo, who puts it in deep. The Profs wearing their, I believe it's brown jerseys, 2-on-1. Plank sliding stop Lena. He's defended Plank well on this shift. He's had a few chances into the offensive zone. Meanwhile, stretch pass here. LaFada almost had a breakaway. Touched it on for DeAndrea, who takes an outside shot. Same LaFada with the rebound try. Stopped by Herring. Rams keeping up the pressure. Noah Lavoie off the outside of the post there on the sharp angle try. DeAndrea loads up a slapper. Catches the glass over the cage. Action really picking up here in the third period as that one went high in the air and nearly caught the ceiling. The light stanchions hang a bit lower, and it somehow didn't catch a piece there of the ceiling, as this is offside against Farmingdale. Third period, just under 17 minutes left. Profs have had a few rushes up the ice that haven't amounted to anything so far here in the third. They've had some chances. Pace created a turnover for a moment, then gave it away to Jacob Christian, who starts the rush ahead. Tries to set up a teammate for a breakaway, still laid offside. So King won't touch it. And he'll go to touch up. If he was able to stay onside, that might have been a good opportunity there for the Profs. Pace. The captain swings it towards the front, picked off. We have a penalty, slashing against Rowan. It's Peter Herring going to the box with the slash. And back to the power play. Go the Rams, who are 0 for 2 tonight. They'll send out their top line. Of course, I did mention earlier the new captain, Donnie Pace, but should acknowledge the new alternates as well. There's 4 of them this year for Farmingdale. Kevin Manzi, Christopher DeAndrea, Joseph Castellano, and Luke Ferrazzi, all wearing the A this season for Farmingdale. Congratulations to them. Lavoie ties up here to start the power play. Shot towards the net, doesn't make it through. Ferrazzi holds it in, goes down to DeAndrea, tries to stick it towards the front. It ends up on goal, centering pass, comes to the point. Paratori, a shot through traffic, hit a body, clear to the line, not out. Paratori down low, hops a couple sticks. Lavoie keeps it moving. But the Profs will take it and at least attempt to clear was Marcelo. He cannot. Puglia. Comes out to center. Paratori gets to it. Tough break for the Rams, trying to come back in this one. Goals have come at a premium. We had that flurry late in the second. Other than that, though, not a whole lot, especially for Rowan University thus far. And down 2 in the third period, having to kill off this penalty, which has 50 seconds left on it. Ferrazzi has a chip behind him. He's got to get back, and he does. To keep it away from Condello. Turns it around. DeAndrea, 3-on-2 over the line. Drops it. Paratori tried to return it to DeAndrea. It went past him. Oh, they tried to give it to him on the far post. Didn't make it through. Cleared all the way down. It got by Pavone. Both teams making changes, so Lena will be the first one to it. Gives it behind. Here's DeSaro. Or Grillo, rather. Chips it ahead. Final seconds. Last chance here on the power play. This is Grillo. His shot blocked. Followed up for the pass attempt. Doesn't make it through. We're back to 5 aside. A shot on. Doesn't make it there. Cleared away. So the Rams power play once again comes up empty. Had some chances. Couldn't convert. Here's Plank off the outside of the goal. Aiden Plank has looked good tonight. Has had some decent chances. Has plenty of speed. Has used that to his advantage on some rushes up the ice. Off the boards. Checked out to center. Off the stick of Aaron McGarvey. Going back on it, Sousa. He'll leave it behind. We played just over 6.5 minutes in this third. Farmingdale in the change. Plank, the pass was behind him. Otherwise, he would have had the wheels turning once again. Sousa's pass deflects into the crease. Look out, that popped up in the air and hit the shoulder of Hammerjack. No one saw it initially. It landed in the crease as Rolak jumped on it. And luckily for the Profs, no Rams were in the area. Rowan wins the defensive zone draw, but turns it over. Sending pass went right back where it started. And then the shot from Wanaka goes wide. It pops out towards the front. He gets another shot on. Saved by Zwolak. Keeping his team within shouting distance here as they bring it ahead. Putting it in deep is Tony Brandel, and he got drilled into the boards. Penalty upcoming. It's like it's a holding call. And power play for Rowan. To the box goes Mark Della Vecchia. And this almost feels like a must score. 12:45 left in the game, but as we said, goals have been hard to come by here tonight. And just like that, off the face, off the Profs take a penalty in the offensive zone. It's a hooking call. Just 4 seconds into the power play. Nate King will go to the box. And so will skate 4 aside for the next minute 55. Minute 56, excuse me. Before a very brief 4-second power play for Farmingdale. A lot of open ice. See if either team can convert. One guy to keep an eye on. It doesn't look like he's out there right now. See, just on the ice about a minute ago, but if they send Rowan, that is, as that shot angles wide, if Rowan sends out Aiden Plank, I'm sure they'll watch out for his speed. What a move! Ribberick shove angle try. Save from Zwolak. He gets the whistle. Minute 42 left here on the 4-on-4. Bouncing puck comes to the slot. That one looked like it and sounded like it caught iron on the Farazi one-timer try. It's another turnover. Sharp pass, hops his stick. Lena kept it alive for a moment. Back the other way, though. Now come the Profs. Man rush. Shot goes wide. Chop back towards the front. Oh, Body could get a stick on it for Rowan. Back the other way, 2-on-2, the Rams. Shot from the outside. Swallowed up and held by Zwolak. Wheels on for the whistle. Here's the latest opportunity for Farmingdale right off that face-off. He doesn't even move off the draw till the puck comes to him, but Luke Ferrazzi rings one off the bar. Off the face-off, chipped out in front. No shot made it through. Out top, Paratori sliding block. Getting that one was Condello. Halfway through the initial penalty against Della Vecchia. Momentum killer for the Profs, that holding call, or excuse me, the slashing call. Try one more time, the hooking call. As back in they come, that shot never makes it through. Here is Condello towards the front off a stick. Angles wide, Herring puts it in deep. Up top, Christian swings it around. Comes all the way through for Condello. 15 left before the extremely brief power play for Farmingdale. Penalties just separated by 4 seconds. Condello tried that backhand pass, picked off DeAndrea. Power play here for the Rams for a couple seconds. Can they take advantage? No, puck down the ice. We're back to 5 aside, but the Rams score. Seconds after both penalties expire, it's the second of the game for DeAndrea. 2-on-2 rush, and No real back check there. DeAndrea just skates to the front, unguarded, and angles that into the top of the cage. So it's a 4-1 lead now for Farmingdale. In pretty good shape here, just about halfway through this third period, but they want to keep their foot on the gas as this goes down the ice, and we'll just have enough for an icing against Rowan. And boy, that penalty against them was really a killer. Though they did get through the 4-on-4 stretch, technically without a goal at least scored on them, although, of course, they weren't able to capitalize offensively themselves, and then just seconds later, the Rams find a 3-goal lead. Profs cut into it here. As we are back to 5 aside shot. I believe that caught the stick of Pavone. Letting that one go was Arango. And then that hole at the line was blocked. Swung towards the front. Taken back by Rowan. Turnover. Pace. Centers. Wadika. Save. From the slot. He had time to pick his spot, but Zwolak gets to the top of his crease. And crucial for him not to allow any more. Not that he's been bad. He's been very good tonight. But he's got to give his team a chance, which he has done so far, and makes another save with the glove off the faceoff. $9:49 left here in the third. Rams looking to kick off their home season here and their home opener to a good start. 4-1 lead here tonight. They have scored 3 in each of their first 3 games. We'll see if that pattern continues. Similar score to that last one against Rowan as well, 5-1. Check delivered by Jackson Tom Ford. Held in. And turning and shooting wide was Jack Insana. Wadika knocked it away. Puck to neutral ice. Getting to it, Orango. Sidesteps one hit. To the blue line, not out. Condello kicks it deeper, then took a check from Tom Ford as it comes out to the point. A shot blocked. Insana gets to it. Has some room to bring it over the blue now. Takes it behind, takes a check. No one home at the right point as the defense was making a change for Farmingdale. It comes back out. Here's George Kamas. First time calling his name here tonight. He was checked from behind though and back the other way. Comes Rowan. Shot glove save by Luke Pavone. Pavone, goalie from Smithtown, New York. Makes the stop, and Farmingdale wins the ensuing draw and clears the zone. Delayed offside, Props will touch up. Kamas leaves it. Now chipped on for Castellano. Puts it in deep, 8 minutes to play. Hunting for it against Marcelo Puglia. Oh, and look how the check delivered on the official by Ferrazzi as a shot angles wide. Trying to jump out of the way of one player and accidentally collided with the ref. Pass comes back out to center. Look out, unable to see it though as he was locked in on Ferrazzi was Deneen. Otherwise he could have took that back the other way. Woodrich, now Castellano, checked. Look out, 2 Props though stumble over each other and then the centering pass was picked off. Takeaway for Clack, the lone goal scorer tonight for Rowan. Number 21 in the brown uniforms, I believe, unless they're very dark maroon. Well, here they come up the ice. Save made by Pavone, and he jumps on the rebound off the shot from Carter Callahan. Cooler heads prevail after the whistle. With just 6:51 left. Trying to center was Plank, could not. Puck comes to the line, taken away. Back comes Farmingdale. Trying to turn into a 2-on-1. Shot, score! That'll put the game away, and guess who? It's a hat trick for Chris DeAndrea. A power move at the red line. Turns it into a 2-on-1. Not sure if that shot may have deflected out high, as it certainly looked like it confused the goaltender Zwolak, but it beats him. And once again, Farmingdale puts up a 5 spot. They lead it 5-1. And here's DeAndrea again from the blue line. This time it's stopped by Zwolak. Farmingdale led 1-0 in this game for about a minute before Clack tied it. But since then, it's been all Rams. The shot gets blocked. Although the Profs have had a couple breakaway chances tonight that they have not capitalized on. Their only goal was kind of a broken 2-on-1 play, as this will be icing against Farmingdale. And the faceoff will come back down in their zone. So it looks like they are in good shape for another victory here tonight. They'll next be in action on October 3rd. Should be a good one at Columbia University. Of course, us here at LI Sports Network, very familiar with both these teams. And it was the Lions who made it all the way to the D3 championship game last season before they fell short to South Carolina. Lavoie off the post and out of play. The Rams have also hit plenty of iron tonight. Two very skilled teams. Of course, that will be seen here on LI Sports Network. Oh, so close. The Rams could have about 7 or 8 here tonight. It seems like they're only given the 5-goal limit so far, at least. We'll see if they can break that pattern. Not that it's mattered for them. They've won every game so far. Profs bring it in, but lose the puck back out to center. Travis Quigley will have the call for you of that game between Columbia and these Rams. Once again, October 3rd here on LI Sports Network. The Lions will be the home team in that one. 5 minutes left. Does Wadika have a second in him? He does! They break through the 5 spot. Pick up Chili with number 6. Tyler Wadika's second of the game. He had plenty of room here. Steps in from the circle. Bar down. What a shot. Dominant performance here from Farmingdale tonight. Tough one for the Profs here against the Rams. Their next game not getting any easier. October 3rd as well. That'll be 7:30 p.m. And that'll be against the Liberty Flames, who put on a show at last season's national tournament. Shot towards the goal. That hops the stick of one of the Rams. That was Jack and Sana. Back in come the Props. And how about one more stop here for Pavone with 4:21 to play. That game will be a late one for Farmingdale next time out. Looks like about a 10 p.m. start against Columbia, as the Rams are arguing something here after the whistle. That's Tom Ford pleading his case. Doesn't appear like he'll win it. Always tough against an official. Rams take the puck away. Bouncing puck. Unable to settle it was Insana. Back in with speed. Paratori and the shoulder stop. Big rebound and then the right shoulder save on Insana by Swolak. So the Profs have one more in them. Here they come with numbers over the line. Shot into the netting and out of play. And things starting to boil over here. Looks like maybe a little frustration on the Prop side, as that's McGarvey taking off the helmet of one of the Rams. Can't see who that is. I believe that's Paratori. You can only smile at the 6-1 scoreboard, and going to the box here will be, at the very least, McGarvey. With 3:49 left here in the hockey game. And it looks like he'll be the only one for the unsportsmanlike roughing call after the whistle. And so, back to the power play. One more time goes Farmingdale, with the game in hand here for the Rams. Pace up for Wadika. Side to the cross. Lena down low. Centering pass in front. Hit a body. Pops up in the air. And lands at the side of the crease where it's fired down the ice. Lena will get to it. Turning back Castellano. Drops it. Look out here. Potential turnover and good recovery by the Rams. Still with the Props though. Centering pass hits a skate. Pace. Picking up the pace with 3 minutes left. Tries to center, blocked down. Lena gets to it, fans on the shot. Bouncing puck finds Tony Brandel. Drops it off, trying to step through, unable to do so was King. 50 seconds left on the penalty. Delayed offside, and we get the whistle. So we'll get a face-off here just outside the Prof zone. As Farmingdale makes some changes. Back in come the Rams. Lavoie shot muffled. Tries to center. Pops up in the air. And behind the net. Noah Lavoie. You're really quiet tonight. DeAndrea, he hasn't been. That hits the net, the glass. pops all the way back out to the front of the net, swinging at was Rolak, and no one can get it. DeAndrea turns back around in the dying seconds of the power play. Lavoie has had a couple chances. Not many, though. He drops it off to Lafada, and he's definitely somebody that creates for himself and his team. We're back to 5-a-side. Chance for the Rams, fired just wide. However, another penalty coming up with 1:42 left. And it looks like the Rams will go right back to the power play. High stick against Hammerjack. So that will pretty much run out the game here for the Rams. To the point it comes, Lena cross ice. Ferrazzi will play it off the kick plate of the boards. Goes back to Paratori. Lavoie couldn't quite handle. DeAndrea. So you have one more in them. We'll see how Farmingdale plays this power play. With the game just about in hand. Paratori saucer pass across. Ferrazzi down low, bouncing puck, pops out to the slot. Paratori holds, drags, shoots off a stick and into the netting. Well, not enough can really be said about the performance of Luke Pavone. Hasn't been the busier of the two goalies, but he's still been fairly busy, and he's been sharp tonight. And it looks like he will pick up the win. Barring anything absolutely bonkers here for Rowan, down 5 with 1 minute to play. Aaron pass, though, splits 2 Rams and comes back out to center. Michael Malandrucolo gets turned around. DeAndrea back in, drops it off. 1 minute left on the penalty. But the game clock, the more important one, that'll expire first. Shot towards the goal. Hits a leg. Half a minute left. Cross ice. Looking for the one-timer, but having to settle that pass first was Insana, and his shot was blocked up and into the netting. We'll do one more time. Jackson Tom Ford will take the face-off here for the Rams. Some confusion at the scorer's table first. And now the Rams bench wants an explanation. Looks like maybe a new puck. Maybe that puck may have gotten stuck, and now it pops down to the ice. They'll stick with the new one, though. Face-off controlled by the Rams. They go deep with it, overskated by Jake Paul. Picking it up, Della Vecchia. Tried to center, picked off, cleared down the ice. That should pretty much run out the time, but 10 remaining. Malandrucolo will pick it up behind the net and run out the clock. A strong 6-1 victory tonight for the Farmingdale State Rams, as they continue their phenomenal start to the season, this time on home ice. Defeating the Rowan Profs here in back-to-back games. Behind the strong performance of Luke Pavone, the hat trick from Chris DeAndrea leading the way for Farmingdale. The lone goal for the Profs coming from Nathan Clack, as they got outscored 11-2 in these two games by the Rams, who have shown no rust from the 24-25 campaign to the 25-26 season. The other 3 goals for the Rams coming from Ian Riberich, Tyler Wadika, and Tyler Wadika again. My apologies, he did pick up both, including that last one. So that'll do it for our coverage here tonight for Gabe Takuri, operating the @LI Sports Network social channels. Wally Mitchell on the camera. I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score here at Iceworks, the Farmingdale State College Rams 6 and the Rowan University Profs 1. Thank you so much for tuning in to M3 ACHA Ice Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. Have a good night.